One day, Quacker was thinking. That's right, thinking. What am I going to play? Modern Art by Rainier Knizia. It's a game which basically looks at the art world and kind of riffs off of it. It's for 3 to 5 players, ages about 14 up, and takes about an hour to play, although we found it takes about 45 minutes to be fair. It's a bidding game and one that is very well liked and very well respected. Well, we're going to see what it's all about. I think this is the 3rd edition of the game, so that should be interesting to see if they've ironed out any of the previous complaints that are floating around on Board Game Geek. But join us as we unbox and play Modern Art. So we're going to start by talking about the box. Love the box. Strong, bold art on the front, this lovely orange and this kind of odd surrealist imagery. I think it's wonderful. I think it really plays into what modern art's all about. Let me just open it up. And so you start off with these insert cards. You've got Paris art, that's the Paris Museum of Art. The London, that's Tate, I believe. New York, and I think that's supposed to be the Guggenheim, I think it is. Anyway, so then you've got your instructions. There are actually more inside here, yeah. So you've got Sao Paulo in Brazil and Madrid as well, but we'll get back to those in a second. Right, so then you've got your instructions, which are here, very nice, and then there's some bits about the artists themselves. Then you've got your, now obviously we've already sorted this out, but you would normally get these in their little financial, these are the money, and then you've got this wonderful little hammer, the art cards themselves, and then you've got your points, your scoring points here, which are very good indeed. Right, okay, I'll just put all that back, then just slot that in, wonderful, and there's the scoring board as well, I forgot to show that. Now join us as we review Modern Art. Right, so I'm just going to now go through the review of Modern Art. I'll just take the box off, the lid off. I've already commented on the actual main picture, but I'll just mention the really nice box work on the side here, and here is really nice as well, and also this is kind of just very abstract and quite fun. Right, so the rules themselves, pretty well written, though you will need to keep them with you because of basically this is the best part of it, because of the way that the auctioning works. They are well detailed here. Don't generally go for the ones inside the book, because I always felt that they were a little bit more easy to consume when you've got it at the back. This is very well put out, although to be fair, first couple of games you might just need to play it sort of a little bit more slowly so you can pick it up. That's how come I think the game will take, where it says 60 minutes, it's definitely taking us an hour and a half, so that's 90 minutes. This is really good though, well outlined, the mystery player, which helps, certainly if you've got 3 players, and keeps the game flexible. So you've got 3 or 4 players, it really does flesh it out, it really sort of zhuzh it up as such. But this is the best thing to keep this near or close to you, because you'll then understand how to play the game. Board looks good, very concise, very much easy to use. I love the cash. Could probably be dispensed with, could probably have a different sort of system, but it works. These are really good. The cards themselves, which is something I was talking about with the team, great. I love how easy they are, how sort of clear and concise it is. You've got obviously what auction's going on, artist name, and you get a whole host of them. Very well put together, great imagery on there, and also it's really easy to play because you're looking for a certain number, and then the round ends. To be fair, it is, because it's a luck of the draw sort of game, it does really denote it really plays best with a few people, but I'll talk about that in the review. The only other thing I wanted to comment on is just these tiles here. I think they really help when you're playing the game, because they allow you to gauge who's doing what, and they're obviously kept here. It's really, really good. And then finally this touch, I love this hammer, I think it's brilliant. Anyway, join me as I review Modern Art. So my review of Modern Art is very simple. Modern Art is a very sophisticated and well put together game that allows the players to enjoy an element of surprise in the card drawing, but also an element of strategy in the way that they are investing in particular cards and monopolizing particular artists. I think that it's a sort of game that works well if you have played card games like it, i.e. if you've played games that are about bidding and also about blind bidding. But I think it also allows for families to play. It's certainly far more sophisticated than, say, for instance, your Monopolies or some of the other games that are bidding games. I won't mention many of them, but there are a few out there. Overall, you can see why it survived 3 versions and why it's done so well, is because it's pretty much the best it can be. Last season we had a few stinkers to start us off, and this time around we've actually had so far 3 good games, but this is one of those games that I think really defies the adage that things can be dated, things can not last, because this has lasted and it's lasted well. It's good with 3 players and there's a different element to that. It's good with 4 players and there's a different element to that. Overall, it's just a good game. It's a playable game. It's a sort of game that doesn't have too many mechanics, but it has enough that it's sufficient for the way you're playing it. And each game is different, so you will return to it because you know each game will play differently, and also you'll end up with different scorings, but it's still concise and clear enough that you know what you're looking for at the end. So that was Modern Art. I'm Simon and this is Game Club. Thank you for joining us.